The red warning light pulses in the reflection of his monitor, bathing the cramped server room in intermittent bloody hues. Sweat drips from his nose onto the keyboard, his fingers flying across the mechanical keys in a blur. He is inside the network, deeper than anyone has ever gone before. Outside, the world sleeps, oblivious to the digital war waging in the fiber optics beneath their feet. But here, the air is thick with the heat of overclocked processors and the metallic tang of ozone. He knows that one wrong keystroke means more than just a failed hack. It means disappearing forever. He goes by the handle Null Vector, a ghost in the machine. He isn't stealing credit card numbers or corporate secrets. He is targeting the holy grail of classified information, Groom Lake, the installation known colloquially as Area 51. And he just breached the outer perimeter. The screen flashes with lines of green code, scrolling too fast for a normal human to read. But Null Vector sees the patterns in the chaos. He identifies the gateway he needs, a forgotten diagnostic port left open on an aging satellite uplink system. Suddenly, his speakers crackle with static, followed by a shrill synthesized alarm tone. They know he's there. The automated countermeasures initiate, a digital immune system waking up to attack the foreign virus. The hunt is on, and he is the prey. The Area 51 network infrastructure is not built like the standard internet. It is a fortress designed by paranoia and unlimited black budgets. It consists of multiple air-gapped layers, systems physically disconnected from the outside world, to prevent exactly this kind of intrusion. To bridge these gaps, Null Vector isn't just using code, he is exploiting physics. He is utilizing Van Eck freaking, picking up the faint electromagnetic radiation emitted by the base's secure screens and reconstructing the data remotely. It's slow, agonizingly difficult work. His rig is a Frankenstein monster of custom hardware. Liquid nitrogen cooling tubes snake around processors pushed way beyond their factory limits. Multiple monitors display network topologies that look like complex constellations, mapping the digital terrain of the Nevada base. The primary threat against him is an autonomous counter-intrusion AI dubbed Cerberus. Cerberus doesn't just block attacks, it traces them back to the source with lethal speed. It is designed to fry the attacker's equipment and pinpoint their physical location for tactical teams. Null Vector feels the pressure building behind his eyes. The heat in the small room is becoming unbearable as his machines roar under the strain. He is actively battling Cerberus, throwing up digital smokescreens and dummy IP addresses to confuse the tracking algorithms. He pushes past the secondary authentication protocol, cracking a military-grade AES-256 encryption key that would take a supercomputer 1,000 years to brute force. He does it in minutes, using a zero-day exploit purchased on the deepest recesses of the dark web. He is now inside the inner sanctum, the research and development database. The file directories appear on his screen. The names are cryptic: Project Aurora, Aquarius, and something labeled simply Reverse Engineering Protocols Non-Terrestrial. His heart hammers against his ribs. He selects the non-terrestrial folder. The download size is immense, terabytes of data representing decades of secret research. He initiates the transfer to an encrypted off-site server hidden in a non-extradition country. The progress bar appears 0.01%. Cerberus adapts faster than he anticipated. The AI bypasses his first layer of proxy servers, dissolving his digital camouflage. The trace is narrowing down rapidly. He has minutes, maybe seconds, before they have a lock on his apartment building. He doubles down, diverting all available processing power to the download. The fans on his rig scream like jet engines preparing for takeoff. He needs to buy time, so he deploys a logic bomb, a piece of code designed to overload the base's external sensors. The download crawls to 12%. He gets glimpses of the files as they transfer. They aren't just schematics. They are autopsy reports, metallurgical analyses of alloys unknown to modern science, and flight test footage of craft performing impossible maneuvers over the desert. The gravity of his actions hits him. This isn't a game anymore. These secrets change human history. If he succeeds, he shatters the world view. If he fails, he becomes another unsolved missing person case filed away by federal authorities. Cerberus recovers from the logic bomb, It launches a counter-offensive, attacking Nullvector's router with a DDoS attack, so massive the internet lights on his modem blink into a solid red glare. His connection begins to throttle and stutter. He switches to a backup cellular hotspot, tethering his rig to a 5G network. It's slower and less secure, a desperate move that exposes him further. The download speed drops significantly. The progress bar stalls at 34%. Paranoia sets in. Every creak of the floorboards in the hallway outside his apartment sounds like a tactical boot. He glances at the window, half expecting to see a black helicopter hovering silently outside the glass. The isolation is terrifying. He needs to speed up the transfer. He takes a massive risk, executing a man-in-the-middle attack on the base's internal fiber lines, essentially hijacking their own bandwidth to steal their data. It's like siphoning gas from a police car while they are driving it. It works. The download speed skyrockets, 50%, 60%. The data pours onto his remote server, but this aggressive move is like lighting a flare in a dark room. Cerberus instantly pinpoints the intrusion point and begins closing the net. His monitors begin to flicker. The graphics cards are overheating, artifacts appearing on the screen as the silicon begins to melt. The smell of burning plastic fills the small room. He is destroying his own equipment to finish the job. 75% complete. The base initiates its final defense protocol, Black Ice. They are beginning to purge their own servers, deleting the data at the source rather than letting it fall into unsecured hands. It's a race against total erasure. He watches the two progress bars. The download bar rising and the base's deletion bar rising to meet it. He is salving fragmented data, grabbing whatever packets he can before they vanish into the digital void. 88%. His screen flashes red. A chilling text message appears, overriding his OS. Trace complete, unit dispatched. They know exactly where he is. He hears the distant wail of sirens cutting through the city night, getting louder by the second. 95%. He has to make a choice. Pull the plug now, destroy his drives and flee with nothing but his freedom, or hold the line for the final few percentage points and risk everything. He looks at the non-terrestrial folder name. He commits. He jams his finger down on the enter key, forcing the final packets through the dying connection. Tires screech outside his building below. Heavy doors slam. He hears shouting in the stairwell, boots pounding up the steps. The progress bar hits 99%. It hangs there for an agonizing second, then 100%. Transfer complete. Simultaneously, the power to his apartment is cut. The room plunges into absolute darkness and silence, save for the pounding on his front door. He doesn't hesitate. He grabs a pre-packed go bag containing cash and a single encrypted SSD drive. He ignores the door being rammed by a battering ram and climbs out the window onto the fire escape, dissolving into the shadows of the alleyway. From a rooftop 2 blocks away, he watches as heavily armed tactical teams swarm his apartment. They will find nothing but melted hardware and empty energy drink cans. The data is already bouncing around the globe, untouchable. Nullvector becomes a ghost in the physical world now. He ditches his phone, uses only cash, and moves constantly. He is the most wanted man on the planet by agencies that officially do not exist. The paranoia never leaves him. He reaches a dead drop location in a grimy bus station locker 3 states away. He retrieves the backup drive he sent there days ago. He now holds the only external copy of the Area 51 archives. He attempts to decrypt a small portion of the data in a secure internet cafe. What he sees confirms the wildest conspiracy theories. The propulsion systems are not human. The implications are terrifying. He realizes he can never release this all at once. The world is not ready for the truth he holds. Releasing it would cause global panic, economic collapse, and potential war as nations scramble for the technology. He has become the keeper of a terrible secret. The mainstream media never reports a breach at Area 51. There are no news bulletins about a stolen database. The government buries the incident completely, denying anything ever happened. The silence is more terrifying than the sirens. The hacker known as Nullvector vanishes from the digital world entirely. Rumors circulate on dark web forums. Some say he was eventually caught and black-bagged to a CIA black site. Others say he was recruited. Some believe he sold the data to a foreign superpower and is living under a new identity in Moscow or Beijing. The legend of the Area 51 hack becomes modern folklore among cybercriminals, a story whispered in encrypted chats. But the files exist. They remain hidden in an encrypted digital vault, a dead man's switch set to release them if Nullvector ever fails to check in. The ultimate insurance policy against the most powerful entities on Earth. The truth remains hidden behind the wire fences and armed patrols of the Nevada desert. But one man proved that no wall is high enough, and no firewall is strong enough to keep the biggest secrets of humanity buried forever.